following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
I have been waiting about 13 hours to get in a room with Jesse Holley.
All right.
And hear his thoughts and opinions on this game, because previously he used to be able to get it all out right after the game. Yeah. So I know you've probably been sitting on this and stewing. Nate's not even going to talk today. He's so upset.
No, I'm pulling the Nate. Nate's going to talk today because I'm going to sit here and shut up.
Nate
before I be out of 2 jobs in 1 year.
Nate's in mourning. He wore all black today. He hasn't had much to say. He's a little bummed out. Kurt?
Yep.
You know, I'm going to tell you this here. Jesse, when this game was over.
You did the post-game show last night, right?
Yes, when this game was over. And when everybody saw and say the same thing, you know, because you thinking it, I'm sitting with Barry Church, he's thinking it. I come in, I talk to Shannon and our normal table guys and Kurt, and they're thinking it. You know.
Let me. All right, let's just get the elephant out of the room right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Do we think? Do sometimes this team and this staff try to get too cute and just go, okay, this has been working. There's no way it's going to continue working. We need to trick this up and throw a curveball at them or whatever it is, because it seems like you had 3 receivers and a couple of tight ends that were having hell of a game, crazy circus catches, and then you get to where you have to make a play and you change it all up and you go, you know what, they're probably expecting us to do this, so we're going to outthink them and outsmart them, and we're going to run the ball. And then when we do throw it, we're going to throw a pass out in the flat to a guy that's like
has no experience in doing that all year long.
Right. And blanketed. Like that was good coverage.
All right, end the show. Let's go.
Damn, I ripped my headphones out. Hang on. Got so excited. I mean, it can't just be that simple, can it? I mean, it can't be so simple that we all see. I don't know. I can't make excuses for this one today. I just can't. No. I can't. It's like everybody's talking about the same 2 or 3 things. You start off slow. You put yourself in a hole right out of the gate, down 14-0. Probably shouldn't even get back in the game, and you do. And you have a chance to win the game twice at the end. I don't know. Well, you guys just tell me what you're thinking, because
tell me what you're thinking. Kurt, tell me what you're thinking.
Well, it's frustrating. I mean, because we're all seeing the same thing, and we're questioning the coaching staff. But can you also question the execution on some of those things? I mean, and I'm stealing this from Derek and some other people.
Did you see that production value? Do that again, Kyle.
What do you do?
I don't. Maybe I just made something up.
Sorry, it's a little bit tougher to do it backwards like that.
Okay, my bad.
I'll get it for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Here it is.
There it is. Look.
There you go.
Hey.
I've got one for everybody. It's been sneaking.
Where's mine? Show me mine. I don't care about everybody else. I want to see me.
Oh, I know it's the little guy. Never mind.
Tyrion Lannister. He's so sorry. Hey, look at that.
That's pretty nice, though, man.
Got our handles.
Can we get Shannon blowed up big and just?
We don't have a big enough TV for that.
Stop.
Okay. We need the wall size TV.
Stop.
All right, Kurt.
Sorry.
Well, on the sequence we're talking about at the end, I think Dak was a run play option. He could have thrown it. The line did a horrible job blocking when Zeke lost 3 yards. I mean, so I don't know. It's a little bit of everything. This team can't just find consistently do it right. The defense looked bad on.
Okay, Kurt, thank you. Kurt said the offensive line did a horrible job blocking that play for Zeke. Mm-hmm. But they did a masterful job pass blocking all night for Dak.
Yeah.
So do you want the ugly or you want the good?
That's true.
Jesse, I asked you this. What week is this? It was the second week. I'm asking you this again. When do Dak take over this team and keep it?
That's what I've been saying.
I asked you the second week.
That is what he has to become.
Yeah.
He has to be the 36, the 38, the $40 million dude takes over this game. And he done everything you asked him to do all game long. 397 yards. Passed the ball 46 times. A little bit too much for me to be passing, but 46 passing yards. At that moment, this is when he has to have that moment. This is when he has to have that, I am Dak Prescott. I am the leader of this team. I am calling whatever I want to call when I get into this huddle. Or whatever he calls, I'm going to put us in a better play to have success. Mm-hmm. Because at this point in time, it ain't working. They ain't getting it done. And, I want to make sure I stay on task because I have so much that I've just been sitting on since last night watching this football game. And you know what? In my keys to the game, I said that you had to dominate the line of scrimmage. Mm-hmm. Let's be real, okay? We'll start with your boys first, Nate. Your hot boys. The defensive line for the Dallas Cowboys got embarrassed. Those hot boy chains, they got snatched off their neck. Aqib Talib style. Big Debo style when he snatched Red Chain off. You ain't tucking yours in, fellas. You ain't tucking them chains in. Snatched them. And I talked about this when they got the addition of Michael Bennett. I said, I get it that he's a try-hard dude, but they light in the butt. Dalvin Cook was the leading rusher in the National Football League. You knew that before the game started last night. You knew everything about, and I'm not saying that they had effort. The effort was there, but you got manhandled. You got little Boyd.
You got arm tackled to death.
By an offensive line who really ain't that good. They all right. They all right.
So would you say that, because the linebackers are getting so much criticism today, was that were they worse than the defensive line, or is it all
they all together? Front seven. Put them all together.
Kurt, ever since you've known me, and everybody started tooting the horn of the two young linebackers, this was last year, I stopped. I said, y'all stop. These guys are average guys if our defensive line cannot fill gaps with penetration. It was none last night. This is what's bothering me, is you have to have the middle of your defense and offense strong. Antoine Wood, as much as I love him to death, it did not happen. It did not happen. Christian Covenant, I don't know if he even played. It did not happen. Jesse, you can continue.
And you saw it. There was, and I'm so tired. I promise you, and Kyle, I don't know if you have the time, energy, or effort or want to do it, but I promise you, if I had the technical skills to do it, if we go back, how many losses are we taking this year? Four. If we go back, I can guarantee you to a man, I can hear the same. I feel like Oprah is talking to me. I hear the same thing. Execute. We got to execute. You get an execute excuse. You get an execute excuse. You get an execute excuse. You get an execute. At what point in time are we going to start executing? At what point in time is that going to start happening? It's easy to do it against the teams who won't give it up to you. At what point in time, I'm tired of hearing it. Heard it last night again.
This team just isn't as good as we thought they were.
Heard it last night again. Oh, you got to execute better. Well, no, duh. Well, holy heck, Sherlock. You got to execute. You watched the game last night. There was no execution. There was no assignment, alignment, sound football. The linebackers, they're just running by people. They're just running by stuff. And teams are using that to their advantage. Look at the way Minnesota played football last night. Zim came in and said, here's what we're going to do. Now, Dak passed for 337 yards. Not one pass went over anyone's head. They committed to saying we're going to keep everything in front of us, and they're going to make a mistake. No pass went over anyone's head. The Michael Gallup touchdown, there was a blown coverage. But everything was in front. All Amari catches in front. We're going to keep everything in front, play this game close, and you're going to blow it. That's all Zim did. We're going to run the football solidly. And that's the crazy. Did you know Dalvin Cook was good?
Oh, yes, sir.
Did you know Dalvin Cook was good?
I didn't know he was that good, but I knew he was good.
Did you know Dalvin Cook was good?
Better than I thought he was. Yeah.
Now, we're all schmucks in here who don't do anything coaching-wise.
I knew he was good.
Right? I knew he was good.
Mm-hmm.
You don't become the league-leading rusher and not be good. Right? They didn't know he was good. They didn't know that they're going to get him the ball in screens and running the off tackle, up the middle, outside, inside. Any way this is what you talk about, right? Get him the ball any way you possibly can, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the difference is between when we wanted to get our guy the ball, we want to get him the ball in a situation that he's not accustomed to. That's foreign land for Ezekiel Elliott. I'm not saying that he can't catch passes. Splitting him out and having him run an out route is foreign land. How many reps can we put up right now? I doubt that there's 15 reps that we can put up right now where Dak and Zeke are doing a 5-yard out route and they complete it. They're at 15 reps, and they've been playing together for 3 years probably. I'm looking for 15 completed reps of those two dudes running out route right there. But in the midst of the game, when the game's on the line, you go to a play and to a situation where you haven't even repped that enough to even be comfortable with that? That is absurd to me. That this is what you choose to do in that manner. But how did you guys, you knew what Dalvin Cook was defensively as a defensive unit, and you still didn't show up.
Before the game, he had 894 yards on 177 carries. I've been knowing this kid since he was in junior high, so I've been watching him for a long time. He's been a man on every level, and he's more of a man today. This kid has caught 330 passes. This is before the game. This is what bothers me more than anything is Zim had 2 commitments. He said Zeke was not beating me. I don't care what happens. He said if Dak beats me, fine. And we took it, and we didn't go along. I would have went along with it. Okay, I got the weapons. I'd have went along with it. And we didn't go along with it 100%. It didn't matter where. If you go and watch the film, it didn't matter where Zeke lined up when he was on the field. If it was an 8th man to be had or an extra man to leak in late, he was coming because one guy was not. We did not have that same dedication on the other end, and that's kind of sad.
And we were fully complimented. Yeah. They didn't have Linval Joseph, and they didn't have Trey Waynes. Their best interior, one of their best interior defensive linemen.
Best interior,
and then their best cover corner.
And
they didn't have their best receiver.
And so when you commit to something, you got to not only know that your base is committed to that, but your creativity has to circle around that. And I'm telling you, when Zeke would run the ball, they would show Zim sitting there looking. When they would throw a pass out there and burn one of the corners on a nice out route or whatever, like you say, nothing got too over the head. But when they would show Zim, he'd be sitting there like, I came in your meeting room and I told you this was gonna happen. Just believe in me, and we're gonna ride this to the end. And came right down to the end of the game. I had to go change shirts to get ready for the show. We was on the 2-yard line. I come back and we on the 5. What happened? What happened, Church? Well, they tried to run a stretch play. Hold on, a stretch play with who? With Zeke. Okay, I'm looking at the next play. No, we didn't just do that. What happened to Amari? What happened to Cobbs? What happened to Gallup? I asked you the second week of the season, when is Dak going to get the keys to the car and he keep them?
He got to steal them. Got to steal him at this point in time.
That was not right last night, man.
Should they have just told him pass no matter what? Don't hand it off.
Well, I'm gonna tell you about
don't throw it to Zeke. I mean, why would he go to Zeke in that situation?
It's about like what they told Austin, I guess the fair catch, you got 18 yards before somebody get to you.
But
did y'all see that?
Even Jason Garrett came out this morning on the fan, and he said, well, we laid out the situation, the scenario. He chose to fair catch that. We didn't.
For real?
Yeah.
Well, he can't. Apparently, Austin came out later.
You
and said,
for
no.
real?
That's what he said this morning on the fan. He said this morning, we laid out the situation. We told him.
Here it is right here.
We laid out
Brother,
the situation.
you see this? They was ready to go, man. All they had to do is fake right. They were ready. Look at here, bro.
Stop it for a second. Let's talk about this, because I'm a career special teams dude.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Right? It's where I made my money at, okay? Now, here's what I do know. That right there is what we call a return. You see these guys?
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you.
You see these guys right here? Setting up blocks. You see these guys? This is the return left.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
So don't tell me someone told him to fair catch it, because if you told me that he was told to fair catch it, go block the punt. Now he has no choice but to fair catch it, because all these guys are free. These guys, this right here, is he setting up a block?
Right.
He's coming to set up this block. He's coming to set up a block. All these guys, look at their faces. They're coming to set up blocks for a return left.
Yes.
This is supposed to be a return. So when someone said that he was told to fair catch it, I don't buy that.
Right.
I think he messed up. Tavon messed up.
Oh,
He messed up, man. He had a chance to make a big play.
Well, then why are you doing a return if you told him to fair catch it?
Yeah.
Go all out, try to punt block it. If we punt block it, cool. If not, he fair catches it. We live it right here. But this.
Let it run. Kyle, if you can, let it run. Oh man, he know he done messed up. He know he done messed up, dog.
Fellas, this is the return setup.
Yeah.
These guys are coming down for returns. He's coming to get a block.
He at least could have got 10 yards.
That's a return setup, fellas.
That's least.
That's not a fair catch signal right there. That's a return.
Are you mad? See, at the time, I was talking to somebody on the sideline about it, and I was like, I don't know if I'm mad at that, because it saves you the time off the clock, right? And at the time, I didn't see there was that much room. I knew there was room, but are you really mad at that? You think
No,
you should?
I am.
It's just part of what they were willing to give up and what you're willing to set up. I'm telling you, to stop the run, you got to see the seriousness of it. Zim said number 21 would not beat us. So wherever he went, they had somebody ready in a situation ready to stop him. They said that Dalvin would not beat us in the run game. They were not committed to wherever 33 went, they were going to stop it. And guess what happened? Over 200 yards of total offense from this kid. What is the difference? It's the commitment of what you believe. I ain't got time for you.
But to answer your question, yeah, I am. Because this goes back to the reserve nature of the leadership. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm looking at this situation right here, and I'm telling Tavon, which Jason said he told Tavon, like, hey, Okito Quinn, whoever is, hey, listen, guys, if there's an opportunity for us to get some, because now if I get 15 yards, Tavon's a fast and run out of bounds, that's 3 seconds. Now I got 14 seconds, and I'm on the plus 40. Mm-hmm. I like my odds there.
Yeah.
I like my chances to take a shot at the end zone. Now I can essentially, maybe even if I do it in the first early downs, I can get a shot over the middle. Get up there, clock it. Right? Still with about maybe 8 seconds to go, 7 seconds to go. Now I get 2 shots at the end zone from the 35. I like that chance over the chance of me throwing a Hail Mary. So to me, there's always this level of conservativeness. And now Kurt's coming out and saying that Tavon said he was done when he told. So the head coach said that he didn't tell him that. Another player saying this, I'm doing what I'm told. Well, what were you actually told? Like, what was the conversation that you were actually told? Because in that moment, that might be a house call. That might be one of those deals where, again, another player, why'd you bring Tavon Austin here? You ain't bring him here to be a receiver.
No.
He ain't never been a prolific receiver his whole entire career. You brought him here for this moment. Mm-hmm. Here's another thing. Go back and watch the Cowboys special teams. Whenever they did just a punt safe, just a fair catch call, you know who caught the ball?
Who?
Randall Cobb. Mm-hmm. Again, that tells me you were setting up a return. Whenever you went punt safe, when you just wanted a sure-handed catch, 18 was the punt returner. When you want to set up a return, you put 10 back there. I know a punt return when I see a punt return. I know what blocking looks like. I know the angles that guys are trying to get for a return left. Because if you're saying, all right, we're gonna fair catch it. All right, guys, go block it. We got nothing else to lose here. If we get home, we get home. If we don't, he fair catches it.
Let's take a break. When we come back, what does this mean? On Hanging with the Boys.
The Cowboys Way, where Thanksgiving means spending the day with 100,000 of your closest family and friends to watch the game live. Where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships show us what success looks like. Where we're all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans have the power to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys Way. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America.
Copyright 2019, Bank of America Corporation.
Hey, Cowboys fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience AT&T Stadium's exclusive VIP Owners Club. Also, tour the star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com.
Ready? Okay. Give me an S. S. Give me an O. O. Give me an S. S. Give me an O. O. What's that spell?
So.
Are we gonna win?
Not if we play like we cheer.
Just okay is not okay. Whether it's cheerleaders or your wireless network, AT&T is America's best wireless network. Best network based on GWS One score September 2019.
So, you're shopping, and that's when you see it. Aisle 23. Dr. Pepper stacked from top to bottom as far as the eye can see. The phrase too good to be true comes to mind, yet there it is. A rich, delicious Dr. Pepper paradise. Wait, did that can of Dr. Pepper just open itself for you? They all are. As if to say, so nice to treat you. And even though it feels weird to talk to a can, you pick one up and say, it's so nice to be treated. Dr. Pepper, so nice to treat you.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
39 degrees. 44.
Back. Kurt. Take it away.
Nestle the Boys and Tommy John, the softest, most supportive underwear out there. They're feature-packed and feel amazing. And if you disagree, they're backed by the best payo everywhere. Their free guarantee. Shop exclusive Cowboys underwear. TommyJohn.com/Cowboys for 20% off.
I wonder in Wyoming, do they have like fur ones where on the inside is all fur?
You need some fur, Tommy John?
Fur underwear?
Yeah, you know.
You don't have streaks on them furs.
No, I'm saying, but you know, in the back end, no fur, but in the front end, you know, where the nestling, then you fur up.
You need to get nestled by fur?
Yeah.
On the crotch part to cup them.
Yeah.
On the fur.
Yeah,
You know what? That might not be bad for the winter days. For the days like today.
Then you get the sweat and may itch, though.
Oh, yeah. Those are your winter draws. You only put them on in the winter. That shit. You know how you got the winter clothes and your summer clothes?
Yeah. Butt naked, just put on your Tommy John, yeah.
Hey,
With the fur?
Where my winter draws at? What? My winter draws. The one with the fur.
It was about 70 degrees when we woke up this morning, and when we leave this afternoon around 5 or 6 o'clock, it's supposed to be like 23, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
Like a 50 degree drop.
Where my furry draws at?
I will be sick.
We'll put them on at lunchtime.
Yeah.
I thought about it during the break, and Jesse convinced me. Now I'm mad that they didn't return that punt.
Yeah, I seen it broken down.
Oh,
like that.
I saw that. And when he did that, the conservative part of what I think they are, that's what made me say, did the coach tell him to do that?
Yeah. I was okay with it at the time, but looking at all the room and thinking through, you're probably only burning 5 to 6 seconds at the most. You've got 9 to 10 seconds. 2 plays, the 40 are in. I feel a lot better about that than 3 plays.
And let me share something
50.
else with you. Did we call a timeout after we gave Zeke that ball? When we gave him that stretch play and they hit him for a loss, did we call a timeout?
No, I think Minnesota did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank God.
They said they ran it because they were trying to run off some clock.
Yeah.
Again, another conservative type style play.
Let me say something.
Although they didn't let the clock run down. They didn't snap it at 0. They snapped it at like 22 seconds left. And
so
they ran a play before the 2-minute warning. And
let me say this.
It's a bunch of cluster Fs, right? You go all the way around, man.
It is easy to pick people apart once the bad is happening. But I would have been saying in my mind, let's hurry up and score. So if they do have some time, we may have another shot at it because the way I'm thinking is Dak is on fire. And after I saw the Tennessee Titan games, I just think anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen, bro. But except for us. Except for anything can happen except for us.
I'm starting to believe, and I shouldn't, but I am starting to believe old Stephen A. Smith, man. What did he say? He said, what can go wrong
will go wrong
for the Dallas Cowboys.
Man, it's sure been that way, hasn't it?
And
but the thing is, they're never completely out of a game, and they never dominate a game. They're always in it. They're always in a game. Like they should not have even been in that game going down 2 scores right off the bat.
Right.
Well, I've got a point about that actually. If I could chime in here.
Nope.
So first quarter this year combined for Dallas, they're under 18, like negative 18 points in the first quarter. And then the second through the fourth quarter, their point differential is a plus 99. That's the second best in the league behind New Orleans.
Now, we talked about this when it came to the playoff situation, right? You expend so much energy trying to get back. You expend so much so that when you come down, go watch the play that Zeke had the 3-yard loss on, okay? Now, it may not mean anything, but go back and watch it. I do know this. When you get tired, when it's been a long day, you sometimes lose your focus mentally, okay? Go back and watch the final play. The final play, Nate, it was supposed to be a combo block, right? Connor Williams is supposed to be on the backup defensive tackle. He's supposed to slam him down, allow Frederick to get to him, and then once that block is secured, stretch it out, he relieves, he goes and gets the linebacker on the second play.
Second level,
excuse me. What happened? He kind of almost just flinched at him. Travis didn't have time to get there.
And he shot the gap. Give him no quick call. He just did it. Not say you can give me a quick call, and then I maybe have to try to cut this guy. But the way you was playing, it's like he tapped him in.
Yeah, he did an arm out and went to the second level. That joker shot the gap, 3-yard loss. Now, when you fought so much to get to that point in time, you're tired, you're exhausted, you get to that moment, you lose focus and clarity. Those are the things you hear. You hear every coach say it, right? The game comes down to inches. If he takes 2 or 3 more steps over and secures that block, and then Travis gets over there, as Brad Shen might say, Zeke might be walking the dog into the end zone. But it's those small little things in the course of a game that when you consistently aren't doing them, they matter the most. And in that moment in time, at that play, you can't have that mess up. Connor Williams cannot have that mistake. And they asked Travis about that this morning. He was visibly upset. He was yelling at the sideline.
Really?
I don't know what he was yelling. He was saying, he said, I lost my cool after that play. He was upset.
Let me tell you
didn't do what you were supposed to do. Left guard, I needed you to boom. Let me snap this ball to the quarterback and then get there. Then you go into the second level.
Rule of thumb. It's called common sense. Rule of thumb. Would you rather Zeke on a linebacker or on a defensive lineman? Size says linebacker. Mm-hmm. So we as offensive linemen think that way. If I'm going to secure any block, it's going to be that block on the defensive line. So,
unless you're tired and mentally you forget, or you're a little bit foggy mentally and you don't secure the block.
I wasn't going to bring this up, but I am. What would have happened if they would have scored 30 points?
You
would have won?
Yep.
You know what I would have said?
Yep. What?
What I've been saying all year.
What? Got to score 30?
A Disney character told me that 30 points wasn't a matter. I said, you're wrong. And we know what happened after that.
You know what? 30 points don't matter.
30 points do matter. You have this team has to score 30 points a game to win.
Do not matter.
Yes, it does.
If the defense hold them to 29.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. And Kyle, show that again.
Which one?
I'm talking about the running. Anything that got 33 catching or running, and watch these. I want y'all to watch it. See, because when you go back and really watch it, you'll see the destruction of it.
Arm tackle.
You'll see the destruction, bro, of what he was wreaking.
Look, arm tackle. Up.
I knew he was good.
Arm tackle. Three. Another arm tackle.
I didn't realize he was that physical until I saw him in person. He likes contact. He'll hit you.
And then, you know what? And late in the game, when you get ready to crouch down, and he can burn.
Mm-hmm.
He can burn, dog. I've seen this kid on all levels, man.
But I just love the coaching that Zim and them did, offensively and defensively. Zim knew. He said, "Listen, those rush ins, Quinn, Tank, we don't have an answer for them. We don't." And you know this.
Yeah.
What is one way that you slow down? There's two ways that you slow down.
You run at him. Run at him.
You run at him
and screen
and
him.
you screen him. And I said earlier in that game, Tank's effort was off the chain. I said he will wear down. When he's chasing guys, when he's chasing Dalvin Cook 30 yards down the field, 20 yards down the field, when he was coming out to get subs, he wasn't coming out like, "What's up, y'all? We're gonna get my blow." He was bending down on a knee like water.
Yeah.
I need some oxygen. And that's all they wanted to do, because they knew, come on up the field.
They started with the tackles, blocking them. Then they put a tight end, started blocking them. Then they started banging that fullback, started blocking them. I said to myself,
because
I'm looking, I'm like,
knew in the fourth quarter, you will tire down. You don't have the rotation like you once had. You don't have the guys going to be able to come in here and relieve you. And Zim wasn't trying to blow this game out. Nothing about the way he handled this game was trying to blow this game. He was saying, "Listen, I don't have Adam Thielen. I don't have Linval Joseph. I don't have Trey Waynes. We're going to play this thing, and we're going to allow them to make the mistake." And that's what he did.
Mm-hmm.
No, he wasn't trying to hit.
Be it player or coach.
And Jerry was very complimentary of Zim after the game.
Everything about the way that he and his team approached this game, they were in complete control from start to finish. And the Cowboys did almost exactly what they wanted them to do. Exactly. He said, "All right, listen, Dak, you don't have to be this today." Dak said, "Okay." Amari, Randall Cobb, Michael Gallup, here we go. And he said,
but she was beating them.
He was.
Yeah.
He
came back and got the lead.
At times, as a coach, you have to say to yourself, "Okay, we can't stop everything. I don't have my leading receiver. I don't have my leading defensive lineman. I don't have my leading cornerback. I can't stop everything. I'm a commit to stopping one, and we'll take our chance with everything else." And he said, 21, you will not run at us all day, because he knew if 21 got going, that they would wear down and they would have those long sustained drives, and then Kirk Cousins would never get the ball back again.
Hey man, you've been talking to my Siri? Because you make her come on more than me, though. You going to stop that.
The ladies love me, brother.
Yeah. Wow. I knew it wasn't me. I'm like, I ain't talking. He said, "Dog, get off my phone, dog."
He said 21. As soon as he said 21, she popped up.
She know I love Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you something. It wasn't hard for me to figure out. And then this is what's so funny. When you hear the announcer say, "Hey, man," he went into the cornerback meeting room and said, "Y'all gonna get beat to death this week because all our resources going to against Zeke." Somebody should be listening to TV and say, "Hey man, y'all need to adapt that right there. Y'all need to get halftime. Tell your corners and safeties, stay back and get Ed up because we ain't letting 33 beat us."
Why could they? Yeah, why could they stop Zeke but we couldn't stop Cook? I mean, we're just
because they was committed to everything Zeke did. It was a rallying point. That was they screamed. That was if that ball go anywhere near this dude, everybody just released what they was doing and going to him. Now that's why play action pass could have been a big thing, because they believed that in order for this team to go, it was going to be 21. I hate to say this, but I believe, and I asked Jackson, I believe it goes how Dak go. And I just believe that, man. And if Dak goes the way he's supposed to go, then Zeke will be off the chain.
Yeah, but guess what? Dak was going how Dak was supposed to go, and then they pulled it. I said this last night. It was the equivalent, and we ain't getting the coaching yet. We're going to get into that. It was the equivalent. It was the equivalent of a group project in college. You ever do a group project in college?
One person does all the work.
One person does all the work, right? Amari was kind of doing a little bit of the research, a little bit of a Randall Cobb. Dak was doing all of the work. And all Jason and Kellen Moore had to do was print the paper off and bring it to class. And they forgot. Dak did all that work. He did everything you needed him to do. And all he said was...
all the notes scribbled. All we got to do is bring the paper so
he took all these ideas and said, that idea stink. Don't worry about it. Just, hey, can you guys do me a favor? I did everything last night. I put it on the flash drive. Hey, bro, the printer is closer to your home. Print it. Bring it to the class so we can get this A. They got to class the next day, and Jason Garrett and Kellen Moore are sitting there saying, I thought you were going to print it out. No, I thought you were going to print it out. Sorry, professor, we don't have it printed out. And now, because it's late, we get a grade deducted. That's all. It was a group project where Dak did all the work, and Jason and Kellen Moore forgot to print it off and bring it to class.
So Jesse wants to go down this road. I just hope Coach don't walk by whenever he's filleting him on the... He's barbecuing him and filleting him. We'll talk about coaching when we come back on Hanging with the Boys.
Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Want to show your Texas and team pride too? You can. By purchasing your own Stetson, you can look just like how the flag guys do on field at every home game. Stetson hats, the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys and your favorite football team. Get yours today in the Stadium Pro Shop or at Stetson.com.
Before your next AT&T Stadium barbecue, gear up with OtterBox, the official outfitter of tailgating. It starts with the Venture Cooler. Built tough in America, Venture keeps ice for days and days. Or stay light on your feet with Trooper Soft Coolers, perfect for packing in your signature side dishes.
Tailgating wouldn't be complete without a beverage, so pour one into the OtterBox Elevation Tumbler. It keeps your drinks frosty and toasty. Discover more about OtterBox line of tailgate essentials at OtterBox.com.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
Whether you're into being a part of this or more into something like this, SeatGeek has the tickets to the events you love. It's the easiest way to find, buy, and sell tickets. Plus, with their deal score technology, they'll recommend the best seats in the house at the best value. So the next time you're craving this,
Blue 20!
download the SeatGeek app and let's go. SeatGeek.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
To the nearest sideline.
We're still talking about this punt.
I may not know much. I made my hand on special teams. And just to add to just what we were just talking about in the break, go back and look at that play, right? The Vikings are thinking, oh, they're going to come. 17 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah, I was asking
down.
because that's the first time I'd seen actual TV footage because I didn't see that from the sideline. I was like, even in person, it looked weird because there was so much room in front of him. It looked like something was wrong, but you were saying that they were holding.
Yeah, because they
were
thought
holding
they
up.
pass rush.
They thinking like, we're going to come in and block that thing, right? Mm-hmm. And then now, for them, look.
Run that back, boy. When he caught the ball, they were still 10 yards away.
15.
Look here. Let him catch the ball. 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 You'll see the space. Let him catch the ball. Yeah, just let him catch the ball. Look how much space, man. Look how much space.
And there's only, 2 defenders in the whole frame of the with about 8 blockers
so
in between.
for the Vikings, their first job is hold up because they're thinking they're going to come try and block it.
Make sure the punt gets off, right?
Make sure the punt gets off. Now, the wide side of the field is the Cowboys' right-hand side, the Vikings' left-hand side. So once you hear that thud, you fan out. We have to fan out now to cover the wide side to squeeze it back. They punted it right where he was at, right? Because they want it on the short side of the field. So if he tries to return it right, you're running into all of the Vikings players. The Cowboys, from that return, to me, that's a return left. They punted it right. Because here's the thing. Why would I return the ball right? That from where I'm standing to that sideline is almost 40 yards.
Right. You're 3 steps from running
out
of
of bounds. So
bounds.
if I return it left to the short side of the field, I get what I can, and I get out of bounds to my short side of the field sideline. Me returning it right to the wide side, which most teams would normally do at times during the regular part of the game, made no sense to me because from where he was standing to that sideline is 40 yards in a straight line. So let's just say Tavon Austin ran a 40 in 4.2 seconds in the combine. You add pads, let's say 4.6 seconds. So between he catching it and get to the sideline, that's 4 seconds wasted, and he hasn't gotten any yards. But if he has now 40 yards going forward in 4 seconds, now I get the ball back with 13 seconds, and I have 40-yard gain, which he probably could have done. So when people say, "Oh, that was no, that was a return. That should have been a return. That was set up to be a return." So.
All right, coaching. Have at it, Jesse. Floor's yours. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
You know what?
Let's do it.
It ain't much about what Jesse can say that people are not thinking or people are not seeing.
Right.
So,
but here's my thing. And I get it. People are upset. People are angry. Yeah. Right? And so the first thing you do is when you're upset and you're angry, you blame the one thing that you hate the most. And everybody hates Jason Garrett at this point in time of his tenure here.
Right.
It ain't him. He has some clock management stuff, right? There's some things that he has to. That's Kellen Moore. We all know. We all heard it from everybody in this building. We spend every single day in this building. Jason Garrett ain't calling plays. He ain't influencing plays. He ain't calling plays. That's Boy Wonder. That's Boy Genius. That's Rod Marinelli. That's Chris Richard. And I get it. Attitude reflects leadership, and it has to fall on someone's shoulders. And me personally, people are saying that, he's coming out. He said, Jason was on the fan this morning, and he said, he kind of emphatically said, well, that's Kellen Moore calling those plays.
He said he's calling plays, yeah.
Yeah. People are like, he's throwing him underneath the bus. Well, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. You know why? Because you set me up to be a lame duck. Here it is. I'm in my final year of the contract, and you bring some rookie kid off the street to come in here and call an offense that I have been a part of my entire life with my job on the line.
That's why I would be
And so now I'm sitting there saying, no, that ain't on me.
Mm-hmm.
That's on Boy Wonder. Don't put that on me. Now, the clock management stuff, all that, we put that on Jason Garrett, right? Try not to, the clock and all that kind of stuff. There's some things the head coach has to tell the quarterback and all that kind of, hey, run the clock down, snap it at 3 seconds. Or, hey, do this or do that. But those play calling, the slow starts and all that kind of stuff, that's Kellen Moore. What about Rod Marinelli? They give up 14 points. Defense. They started slow too. So my thing is, we ain't talking about the Chris Richard and those guys enough either. And I'm not, trust me, I am the last person to defend Jason Garrett. I wanted him going 3 years ago, and he got saved. Okay? But if we're going to be fair about this thing, I'm a fair dude. Let's start pointing the finger where it's supposed to be pointed. Yes, Jason Garrett is the scapegoat because he's the guy who's been here the longest, and everyone thinks he's all of a sudden behind the scenes telling people what to do and how to do things on game day and all that kind of stuff. He ain't. Rod Marinelli, piss poor job. Chris Richard up front, whatever he's doing, because he's calling defense.
He's the pass coordinator.
You're calling the plays. You're calling the sets in. Whatever Jalen Smith gets in his helmet, he got it from you. You called that in. So if y'all ain't teaching these guys how to do things, Big Cat, Andre Garrard, because he's that defensive line, start pointing the finger at those guys. This is a collective coaching unit. Yes, Jason Garrett is the head of it, and yes, he will ultimately fall on the sword if this thing doesn't get right and get fired. But something Mark Colombo, your boys got abused up front in that run game, boy.
But you know what? This is the thing about it is they took a dynamic duo pass rushing dude in Everson and Hunter and neutralized them. And why we didn't take advantage of that?
We did. He had 397 yards passing.
No, we didn't. Because when it counted the most,
Kellen Moore decided to go to a different play call. He decided to go to the run game. They capitalized on it. 397 yards passing.
I've been in games like that.
I won't even count the last interception.
I've been in games like that where we've been struggling running, and that's what the offensive line, we base everything on, whether we running the ball or not. And Jimmy just, at halftime, he's like, fellas, whatever y'all thinking, you better change how you thinking, because we finna throw this rock. Troy's on 5, Mike is catching everything. We got Alvin Hopper engaged. We finna throw this thing. And we just finished the game, just airing it out. We won the game. I mean, sometimes if our talent is elite as we think it is, because it's not showing to be what it is, if it's as elite as we think it is, I've washed my mind a long time ago of we are one-dimensional. Because if we truly going to be one-dimensional, you got to find better ways to use Zeke. If we gonna live by that mantra, we are run first. We are balanced. Don't you think we got to start doing something a little different? Because this ain't some new blueprint where, hey, New England showed us the blueprint. This is what it is. You stop Zeke and you stop everything. But that's not true. Dak can chunk the rock. Amari can catch. Gallup can catch. Cobb can catch. Blake Jarwin can big time catch.
Ooh, we want to talk about that?
Come on, man.
About how he? Nah, I'm not.
how he's probably, what is he, about 80 or 90% target to catch rate? And
I'm not even, because I don't want the old farts of Cowboy land. I'm tired of the old farts. 'Cause they'll tell you that Jason Witten is still the best receiving tight end that we have in the world, and so go ahead.
I just want him to get Jarwin involved. Come up with something that's.
If he can't run routes, I would like to know. Believe me now, because ain't nothing worse in the world. Because I used to kill dads for this. If you don't see what the quarterback see and can't get open, I'm with that. But I said, Blake, you all right, man? Is you sick? Is you can't run routes? No, I'm good. I can run routes. So I've asked him, and I'm like, well, what's going on here?
Well, hell, use him like they use Ingram in New York. He's a tight end, but they use him as a wide receiver. Like every time the guy gets in the game and he gets an opportunity, he catches the damn ball and he runs after the catch. Like he's got wheels.
How many weeks did we have to wait until we saw Jordan Lewis finally on the field?
I saw Jay today. What's up, Jay? What's up, Jay?
7?
All right, well, 8. There you go.
Hey, they threw to Blake, 3 times on that last drive for whatever reason. They decided to, I think one was incomplete.
To me, that was
the other
slap in
two
the
were
face.
just, yeah,
to me,
exactly.
I was like,
why
really?
go to him now?
Really?
Yeah, they had the old slow guy on the sideline.
I was like, really?
They said, young boy, get in there because you can run and after the catch. But I mean, this team,
I'm telling you,
is. I'm trying to make sure I word this right.
I'd have woke up last night, man. I'd have woke up last night if I'm the coach or the OC. I'd have woke up last night and say, this will never happen again. And what I mean by that, I will understand the flow of the game and what's working. And from that point, my creativity goes there. I'm serious.
I don't think it's happened yet. So
let me say this right here. They did not have their number one receiver. Is I'm correct? They did not. Tell me, how many passes did Irv Smith and number 82 caught? Let's look that up.
Irv Smith had 5 for 34.
And the other guy?
Who's the other guy?
Kyle Rudolph.
Kyle Rudolph.
Kyle Rudolph, he only had 4. He had 4 for 14. They was all
14, but a touchdown, right?
2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that one was nice.
Okay,
one-handed.
their number one receiver wasn't there.
And Stephon only had 65 yards.
So,
49.
What was different about
49.
them? What was different about them? A tight end that they hadn't used a lot in Irv Smith, a tight end who they hadn't used a lot in Rudolph became players in the game. Now, all of a sudden, and they still had enough for Dalvin. They still had enough for their backup running back. See, I don't buy into the theory of it ain't enough balls. I don't buy into that theory.
You've been saying that all year. Been saying it all year.
So I think Jason Witt can get his 7 passes, and I still think we can get Blake Jarwin 8 passes because we're going to throw to Amari, we're going to throw to – and somebody, by a process of elimination of how the coverages are, just going to get took out that day. But let the defense take them out while you feed to the other guy. Don't you know when we ran that ball to stretch play, don't you know that 8 guys was running towards Zeke? That means like 2 or 3 guys was free to do something else.
The guy who made the play, the backup defensive lineman, his name is escaping me.
Jaleel Johnson?
Johnson, 94. He said in the postgame, he said, I figured they were going to come my way. I was a backup player. They wanted to go. That's why he said, I shot it. He goes, I
took a chance.
I went.
Calculated risk.
He said, because I figured at this point in time, they're going to try to run the ball, and they're going to try to run the ball at me.
They Rain Manders.
And he just,
they Rain Manders, dog.
And he said, I was going to get off the ball I was going.
He was either going to be real right or real wrong.
But that's what he said. He said, man, in my core, in my gut, I felt like that they were going to come at me. You got all the other guys on there. I'm the one backup guy.
They did it all game. They tried it all game. But they did it from different. See, what got me is you standing back there already 3-4 yards deep, and you giving them a running start, a better running start. I would have just rather I'd rather for them to met him on the 1 yard line or 2 yard line, let Zeke just get swallowed like that. But you.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, they run that into the short side of the field.
Yes, they did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
a stretch play.
Why would you run it again? This is the small little things that you talk about in a game that come back and you say, well, they ran it. Yeah, but you ran a stretch play to the short side of the field, which means
you limit his options.
You limit his options. Like, even if that dude would have, he could have probably said that dude get through and then stretched this some more. But the guys only have to go so far because why would you run into the short side of the field?
That's why I think they try to get too cute and they're like, you know what? The Vikings would never suspect the way we're moving the ball that we're going to run it, and we're going to run it to the short side of the field.
Even though they have committed for 59 minutes
8 guys.
of stopping Zeke.
Yeah.
Hey, December the 29th.
Yeah.
Been saying it since about the 2nd or 3rd week of the season. Circle
Ever
it.
since I asked Jesse when it was going to be Dak team.
December 29th, the Cowboys and the Eagles both play at noon.
Yes, they do.
We play the Redskins. They play the Giants.
Somebody's getting flexed. Mm-hmm. Think so?
Oh yeah. If that comes down to whoever wins is in. Yeah.
Jerry, I got a theory, and I was telling these 2 young men.
Wait a second now.
I got
you have a theory,
but mine is,
a conspiracy theory.
But it's better than yours. It's better than yours.
Okay.
It's better than yours.
Okay.
I got a theory.
Okay. I got a theory too after yours.
This is the voice of anti-reason, by the way.
If we are waiting to the Redskins game to decide our season, we gonna have a lot more losses. Now, and if we
got to get there first,
that's what I'm saying. So we don't. That's what you said is we don't lost about 3 or 4 more games.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they said because if we take over this thing and we're not and the game that's being decided is the Eagles game. We already played and won it. That means we got 10 games. But if we waiting on the Redskin games, fellas, we talking about a 9-7, maybe 8-8. That's my theory. If we waiting on the Redskin game, that mean the Eagles done busted us up.
What'd you write down on your sheet earlier this year?
10-6.
Do we need to redo sheets? Bring in, we doing redo sheets tomorrow.
So they only got 2 more losses this year?
What's the rest of the schedule? You got Detroit,
Patriots, Bills,
Eagles, Redskins,
Bears, and Rams.
Yeah. Yesterday was just ugly loss after ugly loss. Ugly loss after ugly loss.
Yesterday was the first day this season that the wheels fell off the NFL.
Yeah.
Like there were games that you were just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, I'm glad we don't have to play the Ravens.
And now, if I would have said this, and I think you brought up Jess, if I'd have said this 7 weeks ago, that Miami and the Jets would have 2 wins, would you would have believed it?
One of the teams, maybe. Not both of them.
If I'd have told you, well, we'd have believed this with Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But I would have thought Cincinnati would have had 2 or 3 wins. I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you my wild conspiracy theory about Dak and his contract?
What's that?
Oh, no. Yeah. How long have you been sitting on this one?
I get a lot of my good thoughts on the toilet in the morning.
Yeah.
Thanks for sending us pictures of your shoes last week.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, Wingstop.
Thank you, Wingstop.
I sent him some newspaper clean it up.
But no, this is my conspiracy theory on Dak and his contract and why his contract isn't done yet.
Okay.
I think Dak, and this is crazy. I know this is crazy. This one's crazy. The Zeke one is serious. This one's crazy. I think Dak's waiting to see if Jason Garrett's going to be the coach here next year.
You think?
Yeah.
Why? You don't think he wants to be here if he's not? Or you don't think he wants to be here if he is?
I don't think he wants to be here if he is.
Really?
Yep.
I don't think that's too crazy.
I think Dak is trying to wait it out to see, all right, let me find out who's going to be my coaches here in the future. Because do I want to stay here for 5 or 6 years? You know what I'm saying? Or do I want to get a 3-year?
If he continues to play like that, he has no other choice.
Or do I want to do a 3-year deal? Because what's going to happen is
you gonna franchise him?
That's $33 million. I don't think you want to do that. $33 million to franchise Dak next year. You might want to pay him 36. I won't pay him 36. But what I don't want to see happen to Dak, because I've come on to the I believe in Dak train. I don't want to see his good years go to waste like Tony Romo's.
Yeah.
Under this leadership. I don't. I think the kid is talented. I think, and with the group that they have, Amari, Zeke, all those guys. Oh, yeah, that was funny.
He's been working on that.
Man, when I
you think he does that when he goes to the club? Hey, girls, look.
When I saw that at halftime, that was the key that said, we finna win this game. I'm saying when I saw that,
Cowboys by 100.
Oh man, I had no fears. Even if when they took the league, I'm like, I looked at B Chair, I'm like, Chair, we got this.
Nope.
I go to change my shirt.
So it's your fault.
Let me say this right here, man. Your theory.
You about to call my theory dumb? You about to say dumb?
Nah, I can't.
You about to?
Nah, bro. I'm thinking because at this stage, one thing I've always respected about Dak, he not only says the right thing and protects others, but he ain't never not did what was right for him. And he puts the team, what I'm saying, he got proper perspective. When it's time to think about the team, he thinks about the team. When it's time to think about another person, he does. But when it's time to think about him, he seems to be he put things in the proper perspective. He ain't like Nate just running around sometimes, especially my younger years, just seat of your pants, just saying anything. This dude, whoever he's working with, they have thought, and that probably has came up several times. You know, what do you think of your coach? What do you think of your coordinator? What do you think of Mr. Jones? What do you think? You know, I just got to believe that he thinks that way, just like what you said.
Yep.
I got to, bro.
You would never, even if that is the truth, like you will never know because
he would never.
It would never come out.
Yeah.
Like he would say the right thing, do the right thing, and you would never know. It would be they didn't want to pay us what we wanted, or they didn't value that. It would never. But I don't think that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think that's crazy at all.
I think he's waiting to see at the end of the year what's going to happen with this coaching staff.
Maybe he should.
You know what? That's probably a topic for another show. Yeah. Is if you were ownership, I mean, are you hitching your wagon to a coach, or are you hitching your wagon to a franchise quarterback. It's kind of like,
if my coach was Bill Belichick, I'd hitch it to him.
There's about 2 or 3 of those in the league?
Yeah. But then again, if I got a Tom Brady, Bill Belichick ain't making no passes.
Right.
So that's a thought process that you have to take.
Yeah.
But I'm saying to myself is I can find more or better coaches than I can find quality. I can find quarterbacks anywhere. Quality franchise.
Right. Top 10 quarterbacks.
Yeah. You ain't finding them just at the Walmart.
Do y'all think Dak has worked himself into that? I know up until this year, we all probably thought he was 15 to 20.
I think he has.
You think he's a top 10 now?
I do.
When Amari showed up, I
took him to the next level.
Some quarterbacks need that receiver to show them what they can be. And Amari is that for this kid. Before that, he was a good guy that tried to throw the ball to the proper places.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's like, okay, I may have to move around a little bit to let Mario, Gallup, or these guys shake free. So he learning the little nuances of the game. This guy, y'all know how it's been since last year, but when I saw what happened during training camp and them coming out of training camp and when Jesse shared all of that with us, hey, I can't teach caution. And I said, this dude ready. Mm-hmm. That's why I asked you what I asked you a long time ago. Hey, man, when is he going to take over? That's why I can't stand to see him stand back there and take a sack when I know he has more to offer and he's a better guy than that. So, Zeke, I love Zeke. But if Dak go to the next level, man, Zeke is going to be unstoppable.
All right, tomorrow, phone calls. Kurt, thanks for being here, man.
you.
Jesse, good seeing you again. Glad you can make it today. Nate, thanks for bringing it. Kyle, thanks for the awesome production value of the show.
He dogged you, though. I'm letting you know he dogged you.
We will be back tomorrow. Phone calls. Hanging with the boys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!